Mr. Dodge?
Good evening. My name is Steve Dodge. I'm with Huntington Executive Park. Situated at the corner of Beach and Edinger, Huntington Executive Park enjoys a prominent location at the northern entry to the city of Huntington Beach. After 35 years, we're the original developers, and we've continued to hold on to it. It's kind of a special property for us. And we're very interested in redevelopment of the property at some point in time, maybe when the economy turns around a little bit. Right now, as we've heard, the specific plan has placed us in the Town Center Boulevard, which has a height limitation of 4 stories. We think that this 4-story height limit will significantly have a negative impact on any economic feasibility for redevelopment. So I think that one of the things that the city should also look at is, given this location right at the entry to the city, it's a real good opportunity to redevelop it into something that's a very significant or landmark project. To do this, though, we're going to need to get higher buildings, and we're requesting a 14-story limit. And for these reasons, given the past and current economic success of the project, we need to get a significant increase in density. And I think that our opinion is that height is going to be necessary to achieve that. And we think it's a better solution than to put a 4-story mass across the whole site, which is what the specific plan now would allow. Height doesn't necessarily always drive density, because you can spread it out just in closer proximity. Taller buildings, I think, would be much better to allow us to build something of a significant nature, or a landmark project, as we've called it. And also, due to the adjacency to the freeway and other existing tall buildings, we think it's a good location for height. From a site planning standpoint, taller buildings will allow more open space and natural light, more on-site traffic circulation, and more view corridors for our tenants and our neighbors. We're not setting a precedent if we had a 14-story building there. There's already one that exists at the corner of Beach and Warner. And finally, there's some people that I think are really scared of this as driving density, and we've already talked a little bit about how it doesn't necessarily drive density. But you always have the traffic study that's going to limit what we can do.
Thank you. Please don't interrupt. We won't interrupt you, and please don't interrupt anyone else. Thank you.
And on to answer Councilwoman Hardy's idea about whether we're going to approve the plan the way it was set up originally, or are we going to deviate from that plan. Sometimes some ideas come along that are a little bit better than what we had started out with. And we're not saying, and I don't think that they're saying that they're going to build this at 14 stories. I think here it says that it could be 14 stories. It may be 10 stories. Whatever the developer decides he wants to do, up to the 14 stories. But this piece of property is adjacent to the 405 freeway. I mean, it's practically on the 405 freeway. And this would be the gateway to Huntington Beach. I know a lot of people envision 14 stories as a huge, massive building, but it really could really set us apart as a destination city. When you come into Huntington Beach and you come off the 405 freeway and you see this beautiful piece of development, and now you're in Huntington Beach, and you know you're in Huntington Beach because you've entered the gateway. This could be a huge asset to our city. And I don't know whether the developer will end up building it 14 stories. He may decide that he wants to do it in a smaller increment, but I think we have the opportunity right now to grab onto something and make it really, really a development that we could be proud of as a city of Huntington Beach. And if we let this pass by, I think we'll be making a huge mistake. As far as the boulevard, I would be like, I would agree with the Councilman Bohr. I would be willing to revisit that, but I really believe that we shouldn't let this opportunity on number 6 with the 14 stories to get through our hands when we have an opportunity here to do something and make it really right and be something that we can be proud of. So, thank you.